From exploring abandoned houses to supposedly haunted hospitals and other bizarre hotspots, these urban explorations have gone wrong in many various ways. Let's analyze some scary things caught on camera that you won't believe happened in abandoned buildings. TP Urbex is the name of an Urbex exploring channel that goes investigating some of the creepiest places you can imagine. Abandoned funeral homes, creepy old school buildings, and various places of worship are just some of the areas he regularly explores. But of all his videos, this weird Urbex exploration of an abandoned scientific research facility gets really creepy really fast. There's a strange unknown symbol on the wall to the right at 2.5 minutes into the video. But way more creepy stuff is to the left. In fact, somebody has made one of the creepiest and most low-key disturbing things I think I've ever seen in an Urbex exploration video of an abandoned building. On the counter, under the table, and on the equipment itself are various pictures of women cut out of magazines and arranged in the skeeviest way possible. Someone made a chilling collection of floating heads on different bodies, and even creepy floating eyes. Who would be hanging out long enough in this place, an abandoned building, to make such a weird assemblage of pictures from what appears to be 60s magazine photos? Maybe it was some other bored urban explorers who found some old books lying around. Maybe it was someone all by themselves who has a strange obsession and nowhere to go. TP Urbex has explored many abandoned buildings and seems like a creative person himself, but he seems rather shocked by this artistic display and not in a good way. It doesn't seem to strike him as mischievous and more like malevolent, and so he moves on. Later, TP Urbex discovers a wide variety of chemicals used in research projects that most likely are not readily available to the public. Could someone be staying in this abandoned building and having easy access to chemicals to make creepy artwork in a room all day? I don't want to jump to too many conclusions. It is YouTube after all. But hopefully not. Jared Corker Urbex is an urban explorer located near Kansas City who goes exploring abandoned mental asylums, hospitals, and other scary places to see what weird things he can discover and uncover. While not a paranormal investigator per se, he does on occasion make an urban exploration video where he goes exploring extra spooky locations with haunted reputations. One such scary Urbex video takes place at a haunted abandoned sanitarium in Bloomington, Illinois. The building has been abandoned for nearly 10 years when Jared goes exploring. At first, all he finds is a box of old records, but as he navigates the long, darkened hallways, he comes across some creepy old stuff and gets a weird feeling.
Hospital stretchers.
We all know that many poor souls have no doubt gone through a lot of horrifying ordeals on these old stretchers. Not too long after this discovery is when the Urbex explorer has some scary things caught on camera that he cannot fully explain.
Look at that. Old like hospital room, you can tell because of the bed lights. What was that?
Listen again to this odd and strange noise behind him and try to explain what it is. He goes to the end of the hall and doesn't discover any source of the noise, bird or otherwise. And here's the really weird thing. As he goes deeper into the hospital, the noise seems to follow.
Man, the sounds coming out of that little stairwell are so eerie.
The noise only happens a couple times throughout the 14-minute investigation of the abandoned building. And when he goes outside, there's no similar sounding birds in the background.
But I seriously, like, that sounded like so much like a human whistle.
Was this an example of scary paranormal stuff? Was it faked? Or is there some other explanation? Shy is a successful YouTuber in the urban exploration genre who likes to go exploring various places in Europe, from Bosnia to Chernobyl. There is no place that he is too scared to discover, just to see if he can and say that he's been there. Like many urban explorers, the sheer pleasure of traveling compels him to get into these adventures, and sometimes trouble, like with this suspenseful video. This old grain factory located in the city of Kaunas, Lithuania isn't very creepy or haunted, but it is heavily patrolled, and it isn't long before things go wrong. At 5.5 minutes into the exploration, they are discovered. They try to run up the steps only to find a locked door blocking their path. Now they have to desperately run to the bottom of the steps and hope whoever is chasing them doesn't get there first. The urban explorers narrowly escape from the building's interior, and as they look down many feet below, they can see an unknown person presumably searching for them. They wait for the strange man to pass and manage to get down to the ground level without being seen until they round a corner and nearly come face to face with the stranger, who is apparently doubled back to find them. If you freeze the video at 7 minutes and 27 seconds, it looks like the figure is wearing a work outfit of some kind and is probably a security guard. They run as fast as they can and don't look back, narrowly avoiding some trouble they definitely didn't want to get into. From abandoned farmhouses to million-dollar mansions, a YouTube channel called Decaying Midwest goes exploring the many abandoned buildings in their small city surroundings. In one video simply called Urbex Gone Wrong, they claim to have been accosted in a way that's seemingly straight out of a horror movie. Take a look at this weird event caught on camera, and tell me if you think this strange video is fake or real.
Yo, what the?
Terrifying if real, one commenter writes about the strange video, which pretty much sums it up. They claim to not know this person, so some other explanations could include another random explorer or someone else squatting who's clearly not in their right mind or simply acting that way to scare them off. With that said, something tells me this weird urban exploration video is most likely not real. Urbex Hill is a popular urban exploration channel that goes investigating the most haunted and scariest places they can discover, in the hopes of a creepy encounter they'll never forget. In one intense video, they get exactly what they've always wanted in what he describes as a disturbing encounter. Urbex Hill is exploring a ghost town in Cleveland, Ohio. Of particular interest is an early 1900s abandoned church. The inside is completely demolished and has been trashed many times over. But it isn't quite until he utters these fateful words that things become truly terrifying in this urban exploration video gone wrong.
I'm gonna head down to the basement.
In the depths of this old church building basement is where he believes he's caught some strange and possibly paranormal activity while investigating. Wanting an immediate answer, Urbex Hill bravely charges forward and explores each room in search of the source of the noise, human or otherwise. For 3 minutes straight, he searches in the dank, dark basement. Various debris is all he finds.
That's weird.
More loud, scary noises creep him out, this time coming from above. The chances of this being an animal are slim, so it's either fake or else something more paranormal than I'd like to imagine. He gets out of the basement fast, but doesn't leave the building because a door is mysteriously shut that he swears was once open. While contemplating this door at 15 minutes and 40 seconds, there is a possible EVP caught on camera. Listen.
That door wasn't closed. At least I don't think it was.
It happens at the end of his sentence. Can anyone make out what it says?
At least I don't think it was.
This could be paranormal, or perhaps his camera strap, if he has one, brushing against the mic, or his shirt rustling as he turns his head. If not, then these moments are certainly some creepy stuff. Rotting Midwest is a newer YouTuber channel that goes exploring various collapsing and crumbling buildings around his way, hence the name. As of the making of this YouTube list, they have only a handful of longer videos, and this is one of the scariest ones. In this video, Rotting Midwest wants to take a look at an old abandoned mall full of creepy stuff from decades ago. After securing the nearest exit, they curiously check out various stores, back offices, and other places of interest. The place isn't even trashed so much as empty, and there doesn't seem to be much creepy stuff to inspect. But being the urban explorer they are, Rotting Midwest keeps poking around until they find themselves in the tightest, scariest, darkest, and most disturbing part of the mall they can find. On the floor is a mysterious red stain and broken caution tape. Do you think this is a real crime scene, Or did someone set this up as a morbid prank? Hopefully, the stain is red paint and nothing more. Their urban exploration has gone wrong in a frightening fashion, and they discover they're not alone. They flee the building but don't get far before they're caught. It isn't long before their urban investigation lands them under investigation themselves. Whether or not they've accidentally contaminated a real crime scene, as far as I know, has yet to be revealed. Do you believe this video footage of their scary discovery is real? YouTube thinks that you might enjoy these scary things caught on video, so please be sure to keep watching, leave a like, and consider subscribing for more content